Look at this guy jumping at the cage, attacking people. Like, what's wrong with this sport? This sport should be banned. So, this past Saturday, I watched my first ever UFC event, UFC 229 was it? And I only saw it because my friends wanted me to go. And I had nothing else to do, so I went to see because they wanted to see Conor McGregor fight this Russian dude. I think Khabib is his name. But yeah, I went to watch the fight, and there was a bunch of other these fights on the card. It was like brutal. But what I was most disgusted about this event was after Khabib absolutely mauled McGregor, his name is. After he mauled him, that Khabib guy, that Russian guy, he just jumped out and attacked the fans in the audience. Like, who does that? Is he that angry at fans? Like, they pay your salary, dude. Why are you attacking people? I was absolutely disgusted. That guy should be banned from the sport, banned from ever fighting again. And UFC, MMA should just be ended. That stuff is terrible, brutal. You're much better off watching soccer or golf or tennis, or more intellectual sport, maybe chess, but MMA, boxing, that stuff is just too brutal, man. Just end it. But yeah, let's stop the whole acting. Let me just get into the actual topic of this video. So, yeah, you know what happened, like Conor McGregor versus Khabib. Khabib beat McGregor, and then after that, he jumped over the cage and he attacked Dylan Donis, and their corners faced each other off. Like, Khabib's people jumped and tried to attack McGregor. Khabib was in a fight with Dylan Donis, and whole security had to come in and break them all up. I don't even know what real damage was done after the fight, but it did kind of leave sort of a bad image, but not too much of a bad image when you consider his fighting and how much beef was going into it. But you got to consider, I think Dana White said the athletic commission, I mean the head of, or not even just the head, I think matter of fact, Nevada's governor was in attendance, not just like some athletic commission, but like the literal governor of Nevada was in attendance at the audience, and he had to be rushed out of the scene. So you definitely there might be some big stuff happening, because it's not just like anybody happening. That's somebody that's cool with the UFC. It's somebody literally, the governor of Nevada had to be rushed out of the event because of what happened there. So some stuff couldn't happen. Like, it might be more than usual. Because like say with the bus incident, with this UFC staff involved, but with this involved, it was literally a bunch of rich people, celebrities, and all these people in attendance in Nevada, like governors and politicians, all these different people in the audience. It wasn't just like UFC staff where they could just brush it under the rug. There were more people involved. I mean, nobody else was hurt besides their fighters and their cornermen maybe, or their training partners, but certainly other people were involved and people watched it. It was on TV or in pay-per-view. So Khabib definitely could be suspended, definitely could have his belt stripped. A bunch of stuff could happen. I don't think it should happen, but you never know when you get other people involved, because it's like you got a controlled experiment and you got an open experiment. I know that's not a good analogy or what I'm trying to say, but basically I'm saying that like when you got people that's already involved with the UFC, that's involved, then you can kind of brush under the rug. But when you involve all these other people, there definitely could be bigger repercussions for your actions. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think he should be cut. I mean, not cut. I don't think he should be, I don't know, suspended too long or anything like that. I think definitely there's going to be some action. He might be fined some money. He's definitely going to be fined. Whether he should be suspended for how long, I say shouldn't be no more than like 3-6 months, so he could be able to return in like normal time. But definitely probably a huge fine, and then like probably a warning in case this happens again or anything sort of thing like this happen again. Then he could be suspended even longer. But as far as that goes, I think he only attacked other what's called cornermen and stuff. But not cornermen, I'm gonna say Dylan Donis. That's a training partner, BJJ coach as well for Conor McGregor. But he only attacked people involved, other fighters. He didn't attack no fans or nothing like that. And it was not like they were shooting bullets or shooting guns, stabbing people, or just throwing stuff and hit somebody, or throwing, I don't know, anything. Nothing, nobody else that wasn't involved got hit with anything. And even the people that got hit, nobody took any serious damage. Maybe a couple bruises here and there, but nothing like too serious happened. It looked more serious than what actually happened. So I think, yeah, he shouldn't be suspended, but it could be interesting if he does get suspended. I think it might open up some more fights in the division, but I think right now the division is kind of getting back to some bit of, I guess, normal, I would say, even though it's kind of crazy to say it's normal after a bunch of fighting after the fight. But as far as the actual division itself, it's kind of normal now. Like, you got an actual champion now. You still got Tony Ferguson around it, but he could get a title shot whenever he wants it. So they could set that match up. Then you got Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier. I think if Dustin Poirier wins, he could get a shot. And you got Kevin Lee. So I think the division is pretty normal right now. But if, say, Khabib gets pulled for a extended amount of time, then maybe Conor McGregor stays around and maybe he fights somebody for some interim belt or some vacant title or something, whatever they do. But in my opinion, nobody should be suspended. Nobody should be stripped. I just think it is what it is. It's not the first time there's been brawls in MMA. There was like the Nate Diaz, not Nate Diaz, but like the Miller versus what's it called, Jake Shield. Like after the Jake Shields beat Jason Mayhem Miller, you had Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, Gilbert Melendez, and the whole camp, like Cesar Gracie camp, jump Jim Miller. You had the whole beef with Shudo Box and Shudo Box and Mark Holman after Shogun broke his arm, and et cetera, et cetera. There's been plenty of kind of beefs like that in MMA where they had teams fight each other. And you've had in Mayweather and boxing. So it's not like unusual to have scuffles in sports like outside of the actual fighting that they're professionally doing, because they're fighters. They have a lot of animosity going on. So, and all the time it's not just promotion. It's like sometimes it goes beyond promotion, and that's what happened there. But I think as far as what could have happened, I think they managed to keep it from escalating any further, and like nobody was really hurt. But it did, at least for I guess casual people who really not used to that. Maybe because Conor McGregor attracts the casual people because they see it as a event. So all these people that usually don't see violence or fighting or competition like that, they're gonna be super sensitive to it and then be all act like it's something more than it is. But as far as what could have happened, it was very much handled very well and quick. Like it was stopped before it could have much worse could have happened. But I pretty much said what I gotta say. He doesn't need to be cut or not be stripped or suspended for too long. Maybe 6 months at most. Maybe a $200,000 fine. And same for McGregor, maybe a $200,000 fine or maybe nothing, because he kind of did start the inside cage fight a little bit, but you don't know where his mind was at. He just got kind of choked out. Not even choked out. He got a neck crank, and then Khabib jumped in the audience and jumped into and attacked Dylan Donna. So maybe Conor McGregor was kind of trying to, I don't know, still in the daze a bit. So he just hit one of Khabib's man. He didn't know what was going on. He was just reacting. Whereas Khabib kind of had more conscious thoughts. So I would say Khabib is more at fault than Conor McGregor is by a large. But still, find Conor McGregor something, find Khabib something. Suspend Khabib, but I wouldn't suspend McGregor. And then they'll be back maybe for a rematch. And UFC will be making money. Everybody be happy. But hopefully Tony Ferguson can get a rematch in there. Not a rematch, but can get a title fight somewhere in there. Get a shot at Khabib somewhere in there. So we can have even though Khabib's the official champion, we can have that real official champion. So that Tony Ferguson can't say, I was the champion, I never lost. Or Khabib can't say that. So whoever wins between Tony Ferguson and Khabib, maybe they'll be the undisputed champion, even though Khabib already is. But at least in to all the fans, any Tony Ferguson fans or anybody who thinks maybe Tony Ferguson could be the guy who could beat Khabib, let that just get washed. Let that just happen and clear all that up so that you have that true de facto number one. But that's about all I got to say for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.